Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to VTOL VR. Last time we finished all of the F-45A's quick flight missions, and now we're heading on to the next aircraft. Because there's one more aircraft that we haven't flown yet. The AH-94 Dragonfly. A twin turbo wow, words. A twin turboshaft attack helicopter with a tandem cockpit for 2 pilots. So yeah, this is an attack helicopter. Which, obviously, since it's a helicopter, it's going to fly very differently from all the other aircraft. So, this ought to be interesting. So, the AH-94 is not free. It was the first DLC aircraft, which was released earlier this year. And yeah. So, yeah, it is a DLC. You have to buy it. You have to buy it extra. So, keep that in mind. Anyways, it's also an attack helicopter with a 2-pilot cockpit. So, you're playing multiplayer. You can actually have 2 people get into the helicopter, and you can have 2 people flying the helicopter, like one person being the pilot and another person being the gunner. So that's cool. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone else to be my co-pilot, so I'm just flying it solo. Yay! Anyways, quick again, this aircraft does not have a full campaign, but it does have a few quick flight missions. So yeah, and because this aircraft flies very differently, we're actually gonna start with flight practice. Even though this is a practice quick flight mission, we're actually gonna start with that because it'll be helpful for knowing how to fly a helicopter. Will be quite useful. Let's just say. And yeah, let's go. Let's just do flight practice. Practice taking off and landing in various locations. Just follow each waypoint. Can you make each landing smoother or more efficient than the last? That's questionable. Finish the mission by landing on the moving cruiser's deck. Alright, let's go. No weapons, no loadout, no weapons, just fuel. Let's go. First of all, it's like every other aircraft.
Get up and running and prepare for takeoff. Your first challenge will be to rise to 50 feet and then land right back where you started.
Roger. So, first of all, first thing you do with every aircraft, start the battery and the APU. And we're also going to turn on the nav lights down here. And close the door. Manually. Just pull on the door, or just pull on the door handle to close it. It's like a car door. And turn on all our displays. Nav display. We're gonna have this status display up here, which has fuel, autopilot, and status. Turn on our MFD, our standby attitude indicator. APU is up. Yeah. Let's get the engine started. Let me just hold on. Let me just adjust my seat real quick. All right, let's go. So let's start the right engine first. The light will come on when the engine is starting. So we start engine. The engine will start spinning up right here. You can see the right engine. Next, we're going to turn off the rotor brake and set engine power to idle. That's startup procedure. Now you can hear the engine slowly revving up, and the rotors are beginning to turn. All right then. Right engine is started. The light will go out when the engine is started. Let's start left engine. Starting engine 1. Rotor spinning faster. Left engine started. All right, both engines are up. And kill the APU. And next hair gets in my mouth. Next, we push the power lever all the way up to flight. rotors will spin faster. Engine power will increase. Torque will increase. And then drop back down. And now we are ready for flight. Yay. So our first objective is to just take off and increase our altitude to 50 feet. So this aircraft is pretty tricky to get stable. So what we're gonna do is actually we're gonna to just stay at 50 feet. We're just gonna set our hover We're just gonna turn on the autopilot real quick, and we're gonna we're gonna slowly increase the collective, which is essentially our throttle, so that we rise up to 50 feet. And then we use the cyclic to control the helicopter. So let's increase altitude slowly. Slowly. Alright, that's 50 feet.
Okay, it's high enough. Bring it back down to your pad.
Alright, and now let's just bring her back down. Slowly. Slowly.
Okay, now for a short hop over to the next pad.
And look how easy it is to fly when you with the hover autopilot. Now let's turn it on and fly manually. This'll surely go great. All right, increase the collective. Tilt, careful.
All right, slight turn and a little bit further to the next pad.
Definitely a bit rougher than with the and with the hover autopilot, that's for sure. All right then. Next we're heading to the next pad over there. So increase the collective to lift off, tilt forward to move forward, and control our speed and altitude using the collective and the stick and the cyclic. Control. You need to keep an eye on both your speed and altitude, especially. Easy. Alright, set her down.
The next
Nice.
stop is a smaller landing pad in the suburbs.
Alright, next we're going into the suburbs. Let's not crash into any houses. That won't be super great for the people living there. It's behind these trees over here, so let's go around the trees. Let's trim. So it's a good idea to always trim in the helicopter. Yeah, unlike the other aircraft, this helicopter does need to be trimmed, which you can do by tilting the stick while you're holding the flight collective, or if for rotational, for rotation, for yaw, and the stick on the cyclic for pitch and roll. So yeah, that's slowly. We're a little bit off the pad. Let's land on the pad.
Okay, this one's
Nice.
between a bunch of high-rise buildings. You're gonna have to be careful descending into the landing zone.
Roger that. That's actually a quick save right here, because this next one is a little tricky. Can be a little tricky. So you notice there are two collective levers. One is the flight collective, and one is the combat collective. Really, the only difference is essentially what the stick does. On the flight collective, if the stick will adjust the yaw trim, while with the combat collective, that will adjust your SOI. That the stick will actually control your SOI. So yeah. So speaking of, let's activate our TADS, which is essentially our targeting pod, and we're gonna activate head mode so that we can see through the helicopter. Nice, and that'll help us with landings. So let's reduce our collective. Reduce collective to get our speed and altitude down. And we are keeping our gear and parking brake on this whole time. parking brake on is just so that we can quickly stop once we've landed. Otherwise, it will start rolling in because due to the momentum. And landing gear down is because, well, these are short hops. It's not gonna. We're gonna be having our gear down a lot of the time, anyways. All right then, let's weave in between these buildings. All right, getting a little too slow there. Increase the power, or increase the collective rather. All right, let's tilt towards. Oh, careful. We're tilting. That's a trim. Let's trim it out. Alright, easy. Easy. Yeah, we lost too much speed. Alright. Oh, careful. Oh, careful. We're off the pad. Get down. Oh!
Getting a little trickier. The next one's on a rooftop.
That was definitely a hard landing right there. But that's okay. Yeah, that landing was definitely hard right there. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, landing was a little hard, but I guess it's fine. Anyways, what we're gonna do is next we're landing on a rooftop. So let's quick save again, because this is especially tricky. Let's take off. Let's get over these buildings. And we're gonna land on the roof of that marked building over there. So let's gain some altitude. And let's actually reduce our speed. Let's point our velocity vector around where the helipad is. Easy. Oh. Uh-oh.
Nice.
We're okay.
Now we're gonna hop from one roof to another.
Pretty sure our tail is off the... Yeah, pretty sure we scraped our tail on the edge of the helipad because our tail wheel is not on the helipad. It's fine, I guess. Again, it's tricky flying this thing. First, especially... It can be very tricky flying this thing. Alright, next roof. Alright, there's a bit of a tricky path. We're gonna weave around these buildings over here. Alright, reduce speed. We're gonna weave around these buildings to get a clearer path. Oh, careful! That's don't go into the building. Don't fly into the building. Hello, people. Oops, sorry. No, sorry. It's okay. It's fine. It'll buff out. Yes, the building will also buff out. We just hit our tail on that building. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just gave those office workers a bit of a wake up. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Alright, land. Oh,
right,
ow.
Let's get out of the city. The next
Hard
one's
again.
on a dock.
Another hard landing. It's fine. Again, the hover autopilot will probably make this a lot easier. And hover autopilot essentially worked exactly the same as the AV-42. It's fine. We can handle it. For now, maybe. Alright, next target is at a dock. Over there. So let's take off. Oh, careful. Oh, jeez. We're okay. We're okay. Let's head over to that dock. If we can't, come on. Okay, this should be relatively simple. If we can land on a building, we can land on a dock. Just don't land in the water. Just keep our velocity vector pointed around on where the dock is. Alright, I think we're slowing down enough. I should slow down a bit more. Alright then. Alright, 10 knots. Let's try to keep it around 10 knots or less. Let's get over the barrier.
Good work.
Nice,
Now
nice,
for a
nice.
longer stretch. We're moving on to the next city.
Alright, nice. Don't expect me to have many smooth landings while flying this thing. Just a heads up. Alright, anyways, we're heading towards the next city over there, 6 miles away. So, yeah, let's get to it. So that's gains some altitude. Our rotor is apparently not at an ideal speed, probably because we hit some buildings or something. So yeah. So we're probably gonna be a rotor does not sound super great. We're also and it's not really an ideal speed, probably because we hit some buildings or something. We're fine. Anyways, our performance is probably gonna be reduced in that case. This thing doesn't fly that fast anyways. It can barely push 200 knots in ideal conditions. So yeah, don't expect this thing to be able to fly very fast. So yeah, we're kind of suffering right now. The performance is kind of suffering right now. Let's trim. Trim and get ourselves pointed at the target. 4 miles. Trim. Oh, maybe our performance is fine. It just feels a little, weak. But I guess it's fine. I guess performance is fine. We are tilting. We are rolling. Don't roll. Alright then. And I have no hands on any of the sticks, and we're flying about straight. And that's the power of trim. Yay. We should start slowing down. Let's start slowing down. Use the power. I should save. And essentially the correct trim of the aircraft will change with its speed. So at higher speed, it'll want to go one way. At low speed, it'll want to go another way. So you gotta take that into account. It's all right. Landing on the pad. Nice.
Okay, this is the final challenge. Landing on the cruiser.
Alright, our final challenge is landing on that moving cruiser over there. Which means we gotta match its speed. You gotta match its speed so that we can approach it so that we can land. Alright then, let's go. The cruiser is moving. So yeah, so we gotta make sure we match its speed. We gotta match its speed if we wanna land on it. I think the cruiser's moving at around 50 knots. So it's what we gotta aim for. Like 40 or 50 knots, something like that. Alright, let's reduce our speed. And let's actually turn to get behind it so you can approach the cruiser from behind. You gotta come up on its rear. Alright. Let's reduce speed. We're going a little too slow now. Alright, now we reduce speed too much. Now we actually gotta catch up with the cruiser. Alright, it's about 40 knots. So if we set... That's turning, the cruiser's turning. It's turning so it doesn't hit that island, which is, you know, smart. Good idea. It's turning, we probably don't wanna... Alright, let's wait until it finishes turning. Trying to maintain this current speed. Alright then, let's approach the landing pad and put her down. Set her down. Nice and easy.
Awesome
Nice!
job. Looks like you've really mastered flying this thing.
I wouldn't say mastered, but it was good enough. Alright then, nice. Alright, now we can take a look at how good of a landing we did. Not bad, I'd say. Hey, not bad. Yeah, not bad. I'd say not bad. We mostly in the center. I mean, we're a little bit to the right. We're a little bit far to the starboard side, but it's fine. Yay! I'll take it. Anyways, let's shut her down. To do that, let's reduce throttle to idle. All the way down to idle. By the way, there is a strobe. This thing does have a strobe light, but I don't like having it on because when you turn it on, you get these flashes you can see in the cockpit, and I hate it, and I really do not like that. So I tend to keep the strobe light off. All right then. All right, the engine is slow it down. Pull power to off, and we can kill the engines. Then we can kill the displays. And then we can and rotor brake. Turn on the rotor brake so the rotors will stop. And then we'll fold the rotor since we're on the cruiser for easy storage on the cruiser. You can see the rotors folding backwards. So yeah. And that's the AH-94 attack helicopter. Yay. And let's open the window and open the door and get out of here. So by the way, I didn't mention this earlier. You can switch your seat you can switch to the front seat if you want. In single player, I mean, you can switch to the front seat and you have very similar controls, not exactly the same, but quite similar. Those some controls are missing, like the lighting controls are missing, but you get this nice third display, which is your TADAC. It's essentially a display that's dedicated to you for targeting. I don't remember what TADAC stands for, but it's for targeting. Essentially, exclusively for targeting, you can use these side controls like aim and fire weapons. It's pretty cool. Maybe we'll try that. We'll try that once when we actually get into combat. But yeah, that was our first flight of the AH-94, and that took 20 minutes. I think I'm gonna end it here for now. And next time we'll get onto the actual missions. That's for the AH-94. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.